But what Sam and I wanted to do was like film the adrenaline side of it, like film us running up to the place, hiding from the guards, like hiding from police. We don't break into these places. We don't like vandalize anything, but like sneaking in, like all like the adventure part of it. So we were, more adventure, less like history of it.
Yeah.
When we started.
Did you guys get in trouble for any of these?
I mean, a lot. Like, well, and even in Kansas, like when we first started, what we realized is, being young-looking kids that are doing this, and like we kind of got better and better at it. Like we figured out, okay, we can talk our way out of the cops like every once in a while, and that definitely happened. And I think at that point we were just like, we find it so much more interesting to have that like sort of fear of we will get caught, because no one else is doing that. Like imagine seeing someone actually putting, crime on the online. And
Minor crime.
Minor
people.
Trespassing, for sure.
A little bit of trespassing.
Exactly.
But we got arrested eventually.
Did you?
So, yeah.
Where'd you guys get arrested?
Tampa, Florida.
Oh, boy.
Which is our first mistake.
Did you get thrown into the hooch? Like into the lockdown with everybody?
I did for 24 hours. Sam didn't because this is so stupid.
You got locked in for 24 hours?
Like a little less than that, probably like 20 hours or so. But I had to stay overnight in the jail while Sam was able to like bail himself out. But pretty much,
we did a lot of like, we did a lot of trespassing or whatever.
Yeah.
But trespassing is usually like a fine, like $75 or something like that, depending on the state. But sadly, this particular location was under construction, and apparently construction properties are government properties in Florida, and so they charged us with a felony.
A felony.
Ooh,
yeah.
boy.
And it was really strange because when we got arrested, there was like 8 cops that showed up to the scene with dogs and everything. That's why we got out of the place, by the way. And they like the deputies were super nice to us. It was the sheriff that was like, "Oh, these are YouTubers. Like we have to make an example out of them." And I had 2 fake IDs from when I was 20 trying to get into the bars, like still stuck in my wallet. Super stupid. Like no reason for that at all. Just a dumb move. And so I had 3 felonies, and it made me like not able to bail myself out. They cap it at like 5,000, and each felony is 2,000 bail. And so I had 6,000. So I had to wait for Sam to bail himself out so he could bail me out. So I got taken back.
Yeah, but
Felonies. So how did it play out?
I was
Did
going
they
to say,
get dropped?
I ended up, bailing myself out. So I think I was only in there for like 7-8 hours, and then I went to go work on his bail outside. But you had a horrible time.
I had a great time in jail.
Did you have fun?
It was sick.
Really?
I wasn't expecting it to be like a good experience, but it's funny because like we arrive and oh my gosh, all like our viewers and stuff make fun of us for this, but that day like I decided randomly just to like rock like a Justin Bieber like merch shirt, and so I'm like coming in here looking like a teeny bop like emo kid like with Justin Bieber shirt, like piercings and stuff like that, and like everybody's just like turning their heads, and I'm like, oh, this is when I die, like I'm gonna die here. But they took out like all my piercings and stuff like that, said goodbye to Sam, like we were in like a big waiting room, and so when they brought me to the back, the first night was, I only stayed there for one night, but like that night was super scary, but for the rest of the time, like long story short, like I got moved to another pod, like a felon pod, because I had 3 under my name. And I asked the deputy, he was super nice, and he could like see that I was like uncomfortable being there, of course. And I was just like, what should I do? And he said, dude, honestly, I would just go grab a book, go to your cell and just like lay low. Sam's going to bail you out very soon. I said, okay, that sounds like a plan. So I didn't talk to anybody. I was trying to like mean mug and like be like serious the entire time. Grabbed a book, went to like my cell and just stayed in there. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like reading my book. I hear the door start to jiggle. And I'm like, okay, this is when I die. I'm about to meet my like cellmate. He comes in, like super scary looking guy. I'm like freaked out at first, but he just turned out to be the nicest guy ever. Like he was like, what are you in for? He's like, this is what I'm doing. And like he asked about YouTube and told him like why like we do what we do and all that stuff.
He's like, I'm in for murder.
I killed my wife.
What was he in for?
He said it was something with like drug smuggling cocaine somewhere.
Oh, Jesus.
It was something like that.
Real
I was like,
crime.
I trespassed.
I trespassed for YouTube.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I didn't want to like
different.
say anything about it. I was like, these guys are going to think I'm like the biggest pussy in the world.
Oh my God. That's
but-
probably better though. That way they don't think you're a threat.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But we had a conversation for literally like an hour and like shot the shit, and he you know, broke down each other's walls and stuff, and he was becoming like a friend actually. And then he was like, well, I'm gonna go back out to the pod because there's like a main area where everybody can like hang out, where there's like basketball and places you can watch TV and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I'm probably just gonna chill here. And he was like, no, you should really come with me. Like, I have a lot of friends in here. I've been in here for like a few months. And so I was like, all right, okay, why not? And so this guy, I just took a chance with this situation, but this guy like took me under his wing, like introduced me to like all of his friends in jail, and we played like basketball and
Made
like
a friend
watching
group in
TV.
jail?
Literally,
Wow.
like they were all asking about like YouTube and all that stuff. And then Sam bailed me out like 3 hours later.
Did
probably.
you stay in touch with him at all?
No. I told him to DM me afterwards, but of course, like, just couldn't find it at all.
Right.
I mean, I don't even know how long he was, because we were in jail, not like prison.
Right.
And so he was still awaiting his trial because he couldn't even like bail himself out. So who knows if he even got even more time? Like, I don't even know.
It sounds like it. If he's
Probably.
selling cocaine.
Yeah, or like carrying large amounts. I don't even
Yeah.
know. But yeah, haven't heard from him.
Absolutely crazy though is that morning, like we had no idea. We're like, all right, this is just a casual day. We always do these like abandoned videos and then let's work on editing them or whatever. Anyway, I walk out. I don't have my phone because they take all that stuff. And our buddy, who was going to help us drive us home or whatever, he comes in. He's like, do you know what's going on? We're like, no. He's like, for the past like 12 hours, you guys have been #1 worldwide trending. Free Sam and Colby.
Huge.
You guys are everywhere.
Huge. Yeah,
Like-
I'm walking out, like, he's sorry to interrupt, but like the deputy's bringing me out and being like, Sam finally bailed you out. He was like, but what's your name, by the way? And I was like, Golbach. And he was just like, I've had thousands of girls call this jail to try to bail you out. I was like, wait, what? And then as I'm leaving, there's fans outside. It's like a meet and greet, like outside, like fans waiting for me. And
How
I'm
many
like, wait,
fans?
what? It was like 3 or 4. So it wasn't like a huge thing, but like it was people that figured out like where the jail was itself and all that. So.
A lot of people were calling, but it was so interesting because we never would have thought that was going to be the big start. But from that night getting arrested, it completely blew up and changed our career.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
And in terms of numbers, just so you know, like we were getting on the abandoned videos like a little less than 1 million, so like 700, 800K, which we were very happy with. But after we got arrested, we knew we couldn't do like the illegal stuff anymore. And so while during the abandoned days, and we can get to the story in a second, but like we went to the Queen Mary and had our first haunted experience ever. And so it just made sense to us that like, well, this is a legal thing we could just do at hotels and stuff. Why not just do like the haunted instead?
How much did the numbers change?
Up to like 2
5
million, 3 to 4 million, like the first
Wow.
one, and then they just kept growing from there.